What's up?
Not much, man. How we doing today, family?
Oh man, I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
It's a little crazy out here.
Let me
And
talk to
everybody
the
talking about quarantine and stuff.
It's a rap family for a second. What's good,
All right.
family? Today we got something special, man. First time doing an interview with a dope ass artist. We got Exile the Wanderer. Homie started following us a few months ago. I actually don't even remember how the interaction even started, but homie dropped the ISIS remix we reacted to, right?
Yep.
That shit was fire. That shit was
Thank
fucking
you.
fire, man. Right? So
Thanks, bro.
yeah. So we hopped on that reaction, and yeah, I got liked it. So that made me excited as fuck. I was like, yeah, I'm glad I was able to do something for that. So then I was like, you know what, man? He sent me his album to listen to, man, and so I'm listening to it. We got it playing right now in the background. So I'm listening to this, man, and I'm like, yo, this boy could tell a story, and he could use some words and some rhyme schemes and some patterns that we don't hear a lot. This is some unique ass shit. So I'm like, you know what, man? And I've been thinking about, doing interviews with some of y'all for a minute, and I was like, you know what, this is the perfect opportunity for him and for me, to hop on something. Cause when I asked my man about it, he said, I ain't never done an interview before. I said, well, I ain't never done one before, right?
Oh
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. So here we are, fam. First episode. I don't know what we're gonna call this. Yo, X, you gotta help us name this episode, baby.
Oh boy. Let's see. We can call it just Exile the Wanderer interview.
So we gonna call it. We gonna call it interview with the Wanderer. Right.
There we go.
All right.
I dig that.
So my man. First, I don't know, man. I don't know if you don't want to tell us what your first name is, man. That's cool. But
Yeah.
if you
My
don't
name's
mind, Seth, man. What's up, man? My name is
Seth.
Rob.
Yeah.
My name is
Good
Rob,
to
by the
meet you,
way.
Rob.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, Brody. I'm glad we finally got the chance to chop it up. So, man,
Yeah, me too.
tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Where you from?
Well, let's see. I was born in California, Northern California. Grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area. Then I moved up to Oregon. Spent some time down in Eugene, and then moved up to Portland area, and now I live out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I've been doing music for 16, 17 years. I'm 25 now. I think I started when I was 8 or 9.
Were you rapping? Were you
I was
rapping
always,
then?
yeah, that's about when I started rapping. I was always singing growing up. I'd sing along to whatever music was playing, learn all the words. I used to spend hours reading those like little lyric booklets that came in CDs.
Yeah, man,
Spend
me
hours
too.
reading and singing along, trying to nail the lyrics. And then I remember my dad used to he'd go out on drives. Usually he wouldn't let me come with him, but like I remember one time he let me come with him, and the first time I ever heard rap, he was like just blaring Eminem and Black Eyed Peas, and that was the first rap I'd ever heard, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is such different music than I'm used to. And
Yeah.
right then I knew I wanted to do music, but like I didn't know what I wanted to sing, and then I heard rap, and I was like, yep, that's it. This is what I want. And yeah, since then it's been an uphill battle. Like I'm an extreme introvert, and I'm like super socially awkward. So it's like everybody growing up was always like, "You are gonna be a rapper." There's absolutely no way. And like I was terrible for probably the first 10 years, and then finally somebody told me that I needed to learn how to stay on beat, and I was like, "Oh, that's a thing." Like, okay, and so I started learning how to stay on beat, and then from there it's just been like I've loved the
What were some of
learning
the
and
things
learning.
that helped you do that? Like, what were some of the tricks that helped you to like? Because you're dead on point with it, man. Like on
Thank
point
you.
with that timing and structuring, bro. That shit is fire. So, what were some of the tricks that helped you to learn that and be able to do that?
Really, it was a lot of practice and a lot of like. It started out and it was just like I'd say something like on the downbeat, and then on the clap, on the kick, on the clap, and it was like super basic sounding. But then I don't know, just with practice, it was like, oh, maybe I could fit in a few more words here, and maybe I could fit in a few more words there, and it got to the point where I was like fitting in way too much in between, and then finally, like at one point, my wife, she was my girlfriend or fiance at the time, but she was like, "You've got to stop putting so many words in there." And so I started taking things out, and I don't know. That's just, I feel like that's kind of where the rhyme scheme and the flow has kind of developed. Was like I started off just really not putting a whole lot of words in, and it was super slow and basic and just simple, and then just kind of adding in more and then toning that back
until it was
just
like
a lot of
perfect. Until it was like a perfect fit. It's like
Yeah.
trimming down the fat, so to speak, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
You know what?
adding in what you needed, right?
Right, exactly.
Oh, another thing, man. Like, if you can hear this, hopefully the listeners can hear this good. You can harmonize very fucking well, man.
Thank you.
Like, you have a really awesome voice, dude. I dig it, man. That's one of the things that drew me in, because you do have that typical white guy rap voice. You know what I mean? But you're so fucking fired with the structuring, and then when you harmonize, man, we know you can sing, and you're like a triple threat, bro. You got the videos down pat, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Hell yeah, man. So this is fire, man. So what was like the first thing that, like, your first musical experience? What like drew you to music? Like, I remember what drew me to music. You know, like my mom and my stepfather were, you know, their age difference is kind of, you know, a big gap. So they listened to totally different sides of the spectrum. You know what I mean? So I grew up with like listening to a lot of different stuff. And like the first song, like I remember hearing was like, it was a country song, and it was like, I don't know, it was like a Randy Travis song or something, and it just, I felt it, and it was just like, oh my god, that made me feel really good, and I was like, yo, man, I love this. And from that point on, I would steal my mother's cassette tapes, and I would dub them in my room, you know what I mean, and I'd put them back and shit, and she'd come in my room and hear her music, and she'd be like, oh, you got my tapes again? I'd be like, no, you know, I dubbed them. So
Right.
what, like, can you remember that experience, that first experience with music?
So for me, I think it was like, I remember my dad was always super into music, and he was always listening to different things. And I remember I was real young, and he used to play the guitar, and I just remember being so like enamored with watching him play and watching his fingers move across the frets and hearing that, you know, him just making music out of nowhere. It seemed like I was super young, and it's like the music was just coming from nowhere.
It was like magic, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man.
So I was like, man, that's so cool. And like, I always messed around with different instruments, but I could never learn to play one. I tried playing guitar for years and never learned that. Like, I can kind of play piano a little bit, but I can't read music. But yeah, so that's really my first experience that really like drew me in, was hearing my dad play a song that he had written, and it just, I don't know, like I just really looked up to my dad in that way. Yeah, so when my parents split, I like really held on to that song that he wrote, and I don't know, just kind of, that's always been my baseline, was that song, I guess.
That's awesome, man. That is really fucking dope. Alright, so as far as like getting into like rap and hip hop, like when did that start, and what band or what rapper really started the love for what you do?
Yeah, so let's see, I don't know if many people will know the name, but there was a rap group called Grits back when I was in like middle school. and they were a Christian rap group, and that was like the first rap I really heard. Well, I guess the first rap I was really allowed to listen to. My parents, when my parents split, my mom was like, "No, only Christian music," and so I was allowed to listen to like Christian rap. And back then, Christian rap was terrible. We didn't have people like Lecrae and Andy Mineo and like NF. Like there was just no good Christian rap.
Right.
But that's who I started off with, and that's who I was like, oh man, this is kind of cool. And like then at school, people started showing me other rappers like 50 Cent and Eminem and Chamillionaire. I remember Riding Dirty was probably like the first song that really caught my ear. I was like, oh man, this song sounds so good.
You know,
Just
he
something
turned me
about,
on to Southern rap. Honestly, for me,
yeah,
that was what kicked off my love of Southern rap, and I love it, man. I really do. Like Paul
yeah,
Wall and stuff like that.
oh man, yeah, that's some good stuff.
Well, I kind of hear some like some influences like like Tech Nine and Strange
Oh
in
yeah,
there. You know what I mean? So is that some kind of stuff that you get into, or?
that's some stuff that I'm definitely into now. I didn't hear my first Tech Nine song until probably uh I want to say like 2013, 2014 was probably when I heard my first Tech Nine song. Um, but it was like I grew up through high school. It was like Eminem, and then a little while after that, I found Hopkins, and then I found Tech Nine, and those have been like the three people I'd say have probably most influenced my flow and my rhyme schemes and just the way that I construct and build a song.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely hear those influences, but it's also really unique too. It's not like real. It's not like recycled tech stuff,
Right.
recycled M stuff. You know what I mean? So it's definitely unique. But that's what really, when I was listening to ISIS, I definitely caught that strange influence, and
Yeah.
that's what caught my attention too. I was like, damn, man, he's really fucking killing this style. You know what I'm saying? And this flow is fucking insane, man. I don't. I
Thank you.
haven't watched that reaction back in a couple of days, but if I remember right, I vibed to that shit. I was jamming to that shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So so we got this album out. What's this called now?
That album is called The Dungeon, A Story. It was actually originally supposed to be two albums, 10 songs long each. Um, and as I was working on it, like if you listen to it, like all six songs on the album that are there, it's like they're all pretty dark, and just real focused on that dungeon and that despair. Um, and as I was working on the album and putting together the song, three of the songs that are on it were supposed to be on the first album, and then the other three that are on this album were supposed to be on the second album. But as I was working on it, I just kept feeling like so lost and so uh, just depressed and held down, and like I realized that like I was holding myself back and not allowing myself to grow so that I could keep up in my writing, and like my writing wouldn't fall behind, and like I wouldn't grow too fast to keep up with my writing. And I was like, oh man, that's not how my priorities should be. I need to focus on me and then write from that place of growth. And so I took 2 months away from music and social media completely, and just focused on getting myself where I need to be mentally and spiritually. And then came back and was like, I wasn't even going to do music, but I just felt like God was saying, I didn't give you this gift to throw it away, and I didn't give it to you to waste. So make music, but tell my story. And so it's like, all right, so I put the 6 songs that I had made together, and I dropped this album as kind of like the introduction to the story that I'm really trying to tell. So going forward, there's going to be more expansion on the story, and more in a direction of hope. It'll still have the same like vibes, and it'll still be my music the way that I do it, but it's going to be more focused on hope and getting out of the chains, whereas this album and project was really focused on being in the chains and what it's like being in the dungeon.
I think what Welcome Wanderers, the last song on the track, is like where you finally come to a point where you're saying, "I realize that this is what I got to do," and and you're speaking to
Yep.
us, saying, "Welcome to exile now, like welcome to this
Yep.
now," right? So
Yep. Exactly.
creature was you introducing us to that creature that keeps you fucked up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so and that's the kind of vibe I got through the whole thing, and it was like you trying to like break free of these chains. And this guy, I don't like this guy talking to you.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
No,
He's
it's kind of a dick.
Yeah. So, but no, man, that's what makes us really. Oh man, there's like what 3 different personalities in here, right?
Yep. 3 in there. Let's see. In the first song in Creature, I'm dealing with it's hate and regret that are kind of keeping me there, that I'm going back and forth with. And then in Lies, that's all from the perspective of Pride, who's kind of the overall demon that's keeping me in the dungeon. My plan was to kind of expand and introduce all of the different inner demons that I face. I didn't really get to it in this project. We'll see if I kind of get there in the other ones. I assume that I will, because it's just kind of part of the daily life. But,
Right.
Well,
it's something. It's something that it's a story that can be told over time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not something you have to give us right all at once. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can give us some of them fun joints too. You know what I'm saying? Some of them ones that just you rapping about life or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Life outside of what we're going through here.
Right. I got some of those on the way too.
Good. I can't wait for those, man. I can't wait for those. I want to hear some real bangers.
All right.
I love anything that shares in the personal experience and emotions and pain. You know what I'm saying? Because I relate a lot, man. I go through a lot of the same stuff. Socially awkward, fucking introverted. But when I get online, it's like I'm allowed to be who I am. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have to fear what people think. You know what I'm saying? Because I could just ignore the shit, delete the shit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's out of my life after that. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. Like the most judgmental place in the world on the internet is the place where it feels most like I can be me. It's like because there's so many opinions that it's like none of them matter.
Right. I mean, to a lot of us they do, but like to ones that know where we got to go and how we got to get there, we know that that's only going to keep us down if we focus there.
Right.
It's only going to hold us back.
Yeah.
So in order for me to grow, in order for everybody that is in my circle to grow, we just got to not even feed into none of that bullshit. And you just use, like I always say in all my reactions, we use that as a tool to motivate, man.
Yeah.
All that hate, anytime somebody says you can't, what'd you say, motherfucker? I can't what? Get the fuck out of here. Nothing impossible, right?
Right.
And when we making proof of that, man, ain't nothing impossible. When you want something, man, all you gotta do is have that dream and just never let go of that dream and constantly keep working towards it, man,
Right. Yep, exactly. I mean, it's been like I said, I've been doing rap for 16 years and just now starting to really see some growth. It's like, if you're passionate about something, you just got to keep chasing it. And something's going to go somewhere if you keep at it. You keep on the grind, it's going to be worthwhile. Like, you don't put in a bunch of work to get nothing out. Right. When you get nothing out, you're not putting in work.
If you invest in yourself, what you get back, it's all yours.
Right.
If you let others invest in you and you let that be the process, you don't get everything back, Right. And you're not allowed to be you, So.
Yep, exactly.
Yo, man, this was really cool, man. I'm glad we got to do this. But let's save some chatting up for another time, man. Maybe we talk about a future album or something coming out.
All right, brother. I appreciate you having
You
me
already,
on
hold
here.
on, hold on a second. You already
Yeah,
gave us a little hint of some stuff to come, but is there anything that you're working on right at this moment?
right at this moment. Yeah, I've got let's see, I got two singles that I'm trying to put out. And then I got two features that I'm going to be on. And then, um, oh, why not? Let's announce it here. Jekyll and EP Music and I are all going to be doing a track together.
What?
Yep,
Oh, that's so dope because, man,
yep.
we just discovered EP too, and we was listening to him on the cipher, man, and as soon as he started screaming his demons or whatever, man,
Oh, man.
I almost punched my damn laptop. I'm like, oh shit. And Jekyll, he's always battling some kind of something too,
Yeah,
So yo, man, I think y'all are gonna do something really dope with that, man. That's gonna be fucking cool.
yeah, man, it's going to be sick. And Battle Beats is going to be producing that. And he's
Oh,
super tight.
hell yeah, man. He does a lot of stuff with We Scheme, and I know he's done some stuff with Jekyll
Yep,
before and Jackson. So yeah, man, I
yep.
love them beats, man.
I met Battle through Scheme, and I met Scheme through Braca. I don't know if you've
I
seen
know
Braca, but
Brooklyn.
yeah,
Yeah, Brooklyn.
cool.
He's
Yeah,
a friend. Yep.
yep.
I try to chop it up with all the reactors. Try to
That's what's up.
spread the love.
Yep.
Well, shit, X, man, this was dope, man, and yo, we're gonna look forward to that Jekyll and EP collab, man. That's gonna be fucking dope, and
Yeah, bro. It's gonna be fire.
yeah, well, we're gonna be looking forward to everything you got coming, baby.
I appreciate it, man.
Hell yeah, shit. So um, you got my email,
Yep.
and I know I don't always have Skype on. I don't even know if you've tried to call me on Skype, but like I'm gonna try to remember to start putting that on when I get online. And if you ever want to just call, chop it up, man, just give me a call, bro.
For sure. You got it.
Dude, this was dope, man. Thanks for stopping through.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Def,
All right.
it's a wrap,
Bye.
baby. So, family, that was fucking dope, right? That was Exile the Wanderer, right? Yo, fam, we got a review of his project that he just dropped. We got a review of that coming. But like we was talking before the interview. I actually messed up one of the files, and being that how I like to do my stuff, man. I've already taken the whole album in. It's not a reaction, it's a review. So I'm just gonna take it all in again because it's that fire, and I'll do that. So I'm gonna take it all in again, and we're gonna redo that review. We're gonna try and have it up this weekend at some point. So, yo, family, this was dope, man. First ever interview with the artist, man. Exile's a dope artist, man. I'm digging his style, man. I hope y'all are too. I think my man's got some shit coming, man. He's gonna be one of them dudes, man, that we're gonna be hearing a lot about. He's gonna be flooding our TLs and stuff. This is cool, man. So yo, fam. I know it's probably long, but yo, you gotta watch it all. You gotta watch it all, baby. You gotta watch it all. You know what I'm saying? Yo, fam. Thanks for rocking with me and Exile the Wanderer. It's a wrap, yo. Peace.